What up? What up?
What it do?
All right. Start breaking this thing down. Should be a pretty good morning. I was looking at a little bit before we got on here. Should be pretty good. Yeah, just do some fresh analysis. So on the daily chart, the previous daily was bullish. This daily here is starting to go bearish, so we'll keep that in mind. It's approaching this resistance level right up here that it hasn't gotten past yet. So we'll just keep that in mind. On the 4 hour, all right, the 4 hour is approaching some sort of support down over here at 135, 300. So support is, simply just where a candle comes down and it has a problem getting past a certain area. So it's having a problem getting past this area here on the hourly chart. The previous hourly just closed bullish, so this is indication that support has been formed here. So we want to keep this area in mind. And this was also previous. This was also support back over here yesterday around the same time. So we may get a reaction around this area. So I want to keep this in mind, and then go back down to the 30-minute chart. We're starting to get some bullish candles form at support. I'm not 100% sold on the buy yet, but typically what will happen if you get a break under normal circumstances, if you get a break above this bullish candle here, you would get a continuation up at least to maybe this level here, just due to the clean candles to the left. And by clean candles, you just mean you have a clean move coming down. So there was no wicks or anything in this area besides this little one here. So I'm not completely sold on the buy just because of you had a huge bearish move down. So I'd rather this thing to create the support here, come up, create resistance, and then retest the low. Because essentially what's happened is this thing made a move down and it made a low. All right. So what I would like to see is this thing retrace, come up, make some sort of resistance to go back down to retest the low. This is the trade that I want. This would be the trade that I'm looking for, this one here. So that's what I'm probably going to be looking for.
What made you want to do that? What?
Because we just had a huge move down.
Huge move down.
Yeah, we just had a huge impulse down that created a low. So anytime a low is created, I'm typically what we typically look for is a retracement to, continue the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if we break this support level here, we might get a wick fill 270. Then ultimately I'm looking at 190. Just looking to the left, seeing where the wicks are to the left. I'm on the hourly chart. To the left, you have two areas right over here. Your potential targets. We'll keep those in mind. 270 and 190, anywhere around there. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Because I'm not sold on this buy at all. I'm not sold on this thing going up yet.
No, I definitely thought my bias was sales.
Same. I definitely have a selling bias as well. So not sold on this. Let's check strength. Yeah, British pound is super weak. JPY isn't that strong, but I'm not sold on the buy. This thing it may shoot up, it may do what it needs to do, but I'm not taking that trade. I'm not taking this trade. Not after this huge. The previous 4 hour was extremely bearish. And it closed below a whole bunch of other 4 hour candles. This bearish 4 hour candle closed above or closed below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like six other 4 hour candles. So I'm thinking this is the it's just messing around up here, messing around in this top wick to continue pushing down. So we will wait. Well, I will wait on that. They send you your stuff?
No, not yet.
Cool.
They sent me an email, but it wasn't with the stuff in it.
What was the email about?
It's a report saying that.
Oh, your account analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should be getting it. You should be getting it either today or tomorrow. Then. Excited about this month.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I need from this in order to feel like super confident. I think I just need to see the ball go in the basket. I feel pretty good about this.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what I'm missing. I'm missing something.
Gold looks good to go up too, especially after it breaks this high here at 1898. Looks good to go up to around 1900 or so. You had this 30-minute candle that closed above resistance over here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
take a buy here, keep a stop below here, have a 14 pip stop, targeting like 22 pips or so. That's pretty good. Yeah, look for this wick to get filled on gold and back up to 1900. It's a pretty good target there, so you could have a buy stop above like 1898.25 or so. Have a buy stop around here. And just have a target up here.
Yeah, that looks simple enough.
Yeah, this is a trade I would take on. If GJ was setting up like this, I would take this. So we're breaking out of this consolidation that gold was in. So if we get a continued move up, then it's going to go up to 1900 from 1898. If it closes back in the range and goes to the other side of the range, we could get a move down to 1890 or so. After it passes. Say what?
You see that gold move yesterday?
Yeah. I did.
Move.
I did. My trade that I called out in the morning would have worked. My buy stop that I called out would have worked.
There it goes.
It was right over here. I had a it was on it was when this candle closed. I had a buy stop I had a fake buy stop right here. If it broke up here, it was going to continue up, so that would have worked.
What was the target?
The target was the right up here. I was targeting this area up here.
Why you target that instead of the wick fill?
Yeah, you could have targeted the wick fill. I was just looking at that area, just because it was previous resistance. So I knew it was gonna. Obviously, you can target the wick fill and close your position there. I just wanted to see it tap into the previous resistance, which it did. So that was pretty cool. Tapped it right there. Broke right over here, and would have had a buy stop there. So yeah, if you look at if anybody's watching, if you look at yesterday's stream, I marked this one up yesterday. It would have been a 28 pip move on gold there, so that would have been pretty good. Pretty good. Looking for a similar thing to happen here. Buy stop here, target up here, kind of thing. Getting a rejection on GJ, which is what I wanted. Looking for a 30-minute close. Bearish.
Where was your gold target at? 124?
You said gold?
Yeah, where was your shit?
Target 1900.
I'm looking at the wrong shit, bro. I'm looking at EJ for some reason. I thought I was looking at gold.
Shoot. I got a 15-minute close bearish, which is good. So even though this thing pushed up, it didn't break the hourly high. This was the previous hourly high. This one pushed up, but it didn't go above the previous. So that's another good sign.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could get a 30-minute bearish close, that would be perfect. Perfect. Got 11 minutes left on GJ, so just gonna chill out for 11 minutes and wait on this thing to close. Some news. Unemployment's coming out at 8:30. Looking for good numbers on unemployment. Gold is in a huge range right now.
Hey,
Yep.
I just marked up EJ. Can you take a look at the actual chart for me?
Let's look at that.
I got it coming. I got it closing above resistance and breaking the previous candle.
Yeah. It's a pretty clean move.
Pardon me.
Yeah, looks pretty clean up till 124.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, I like that.
Um,
Looks pretty clean to me.
yeah, broke above
Mm-hmm.
on the 30-minute, but it's not going nowhere. That's a characteristic of this pair, or nothing wrong with my analysis. So.
No, there's nothing wrong with your analysis. It just may take a little bit. So EJ does move a little slower than GJ. It's not as violent. Like if somebody was like just starting trading, I would tell them to look at EJ before GJ and work their way up to GJ. Yeah.
Because this is like,
Because you see how this is on like an 18 pip move. On GJ, this would be like a 40 pip move. Like this much space.
facts.
So yeah. But I do like this move going up.
You just assume it would take a while.
Yeah, it will take a little bit. Definitely see it happening within this session though, but it may take a little bit. I do like it though. Like the break right here, keeping the stop below this candle here at like 970 or so. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, catching an entry somewhere here. Yeah, freaking 3 pip stop.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. I feel like the only thing I need to do now, what I think I'm missing, is doing my own full analysis and seeing my own targets hit.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to do that. That's why I do it a lot on gold, because it'll help you build some confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this trade going up though.
EJ.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Oof. Hey, if you look at gold on the daily, could
Mm-hmm.
you just real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Go up some. Yeah. So you see this major area of support to the left, like all those candles that consolidated around 1920, around 1920 something. Yeah, that all that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that invalidated now
No,
that okay?
it's
So
just a long way away.
I was looking for like a daily target. I would assume it would react around that level.
That's a safe assumption. Um, yeah, that's a safe assumption, especially once it gets past like 1901.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be looking for targets up at like 1920, 1919 or so.
Okay, not at those wicks, not at the bases of the candles.
It could be at the basis of the candle. So the higher the time frame you're looking at, the more you want to look at the wicks, because when you see wicks on higher time frames, these are candle closes on lower time frames. So that's why a lot of times I'll look at the wicks on higher time frames. Like when you said like earlier when you asked would I look at the wick, and I was on like a 30 or a 15 minute, but I was looking at the candle closes on that time frame. But on the daily, I'm looking at like these wicks are major levels, because like on the 4 hour and the hour, these are candle closes, and these are resistances on lower time frames.
Mm.
So that's why like once you hit 1901, I would look for a target at 1905 first, and then I would look at 1919.
Okay.
And then, after you get to 1919, you can move up to, 1926 and all that good stuff, more at the base of these candles here.
Okay, that's good to know.
GJ is about to close bearish. Gold is about to close bullish. And EJ is closing bullish as well. All right, so this is what we wanted on GJ. A bearish close. A bearish close indicates resistance is forming. So we're simply looking for the break of the low down at 535 for a continuation down to retest the low down over here.
So gold is at right now. It's at a pretty strong 4 hour resist support
Yep.
resistance.
Yeah, it's at 4 hour resistance right now. Tapping into it. Pretty textbook setup happening here, so should get a nice trade out of it.
On what?
GJ.
Oh, I haven't been looking at it yet. The trade you taking is the break of that low
Yes, sir.
down to the.
Yep, pretty textbook.
That's exactly what you called. In this textbook.
That would also be the break of this little doji 15-minute bullish candle. So yeah, that's perfect. That's his textbook trade.
Yeah, that was pretty standard right there.
Yep, pretty standard. I feel 100% confident in this one.
Oh, motherfuckers just sent me my credentials
Oh, they did?
just now.
Oh, fantastic. I figured it'd be today. I actually figured it'd be tomorrow, but it's nice that they did it today. Log in quick enough, you can catch this trade.
I don't know. How do I log in? Yeah, MT. I'm gonna do MT5 this time, bro.
But if you set it up on MT4, you can. I think you can only use logins on MT4. I think you can try it.
Don't tell me that, bro.
I'm pretty sure you can only do MT5. You could well, MT4. I'm sorry. You can try it.
The first one. I'm on the second one.
Oh, well, did they ask you if you wanted to do MT5 this time?
No.
Oh well, yeah, it's still MT4. Then you have to like when they initially ask you like when you're setting up the account, you have to pick MT5.
So I could change that, but with an email or something.
I'm sure you could. I've never tried it.
Shit, I need to make a new account then. Do I delete
Here we go.
all? Huh?
There's the break.
Oh, man.
And a little late, like 5-1 or so. Confidence in the drop.
Shit. Oh yeah. We lift our hands. MCB 5. Fuck you too. All right. I'm in.
Bet.
Even lower spreads. So that old one, do I delete?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get rid of it.
Out of here. No confusion. Is the reason your trade isn't hit TP yet? What's up with this?
It's still on its way down.
I don't like these long trades, man.
There we go. Getting the push now. We are about to cross over into profit. Like half a pip away from profit.
Well, I guess I'll let that one go. So what I'd be looking for is
There's still an entry possible. It's around where I got in.
why is it going backwards? That's what I want to know. I didn't feel whole without my account. I didn't feel whole. So what you see right here, this looks like a bunch of mess, bro.
I see this dropping down back to 400. And yeah, breaking this and continuing down, 270 or so. Here we go. Finally in profit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I looked, it was only like an 8 pip move to support minus the spread. I didn't think that would be a smart decision for me.
Right.
I'm perplexed at how slow this is moving.
Yeah, we should get some volume pushing in here soon. It's first day of the month too, so.
What's that mean?
Yeah, it means things are going to move a little slower. People are recovering from last month and getting themselves together, so first couple of days are usually a little slow. Banks are closing out last month.
So explain to me, when you get done looking at that, how this EJ trade flipped.
It's at resistance.
So I must have drew it wrong.
No. It's just new information. This was it was resistance on the hourly, so you could get you were going to get a reaction either way. You just didn't know if the reaction was going to be up or if it was going to be down. But typically EJ and GJ sort of kind of move similar. So if GJ is going down, I would expect EJ to go down too.
So on that analysis, the high of an hourly candle was broken.
It was. This also could have been a fake out to the upside, and it closes back in this range to go down to the support that it made. So this could be a fake out and a liquidity grab to go back down. We just don't know yet. We're getting that information. Oh, fantastic. There's some volume.
So did I draw it wrong?
No, you drew it right with the information you had. You're just getting new information now. At the time you drew it, it was correct. But now we're getting new information. And we're about to hit TP
Yeah,
at 400.
yeah, hit your take profit and then we'll discuss it.
Now we're getting some volume in here. And this 30-minute isn't closed yet, so we don't really know what it's doing.
Okay.
We need more information. You drew it correctly because I'm drawing it the same way. It's just we don't have enough information right now to make that decision.
But I would have hit stop loss.
Yes, this trade would have hit stop loss. You could have a second chance at this trade.
Yeah, manage that shit.
Based on, yeah, this would have been easily managed because you would have had like a 4 pip stop, so you wouldn't have lost a lot. But you may get a second chance at that EJ trade.
Both of them seem so weak.
Come on, GJ.
Miami got buzzsawed.
Oh, they got destroyed. It's not going to be a good. It's not looking good for them.
Not at
They
all.
have zero answers for anybody on that team.
Nothing. It's nothing. They're all going to be hurt by the end of this.
Yeah. I'm closing half. This thing came back to my entry.
Okay.
I think that was a good way to manage that trade there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was pretty good risk management there. Still got half of it open.
Mm-hmm. Looks rangy.
It does look a little rangy. I got a bearish close on the 15, so I'm still going to keep it open. Still got candles closing my way.
Time to fucking rock and roll. Okay, see. Ugh, ankle. Oh, blessed Lord. Set me straight.
All right, I'm closing the whole trade right here.
Mm. How many pips in drawdown did you go into?
Like one. That.
I don't blame you for getting out. That's just in range. Live to fight another day.
Exactly.
Because if that's the trade you depended on, then
It was a good setup. I liked it.
yeah. Yeah. The 15-minute still looked rangy before you took it.
Mm-hmm.
To TBH. 30 looked good.
You execute the trade, or how could you have executed the trade?
Yeah, I like a break below
I think that's
400.
much more better.
Yeah.
Hey, Raja, I just purchased your magic keys this week. Awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna be start shipping by Tuesday. By Tuesday next week. Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Fucking genius. I'm mad, bro.
Looking to go long on gold. All right, let's take a look here.
I lost $200
Let's
on that
take
trade.
a look at this trade.
Yes. Victor.
262. Yeah, that's a victory.
Is looking to take sells when the 30-minute candle closes
So
bearish.
how many pips did you actually lose?
One.
See, I don't know.
What the hell was the spread? What was your lot size?
Some sort of
15.
waiting involved. I mean, if
Oh,
this can
150 a pip.
Mm-hmm.
and break the
It was a little
support
over
to
one. It was
continue
like
down,
1.8
I don't know. Gold's going
or
to be pretty
something like
hard
that. It was
because if you look
almost
on the
two.
1 hour time frame, the
Almost two
candles are
pips.
printing side by side. So whenever candles are printing side by side, that means price is ranging. So it's going to be pretty difficult. Let's take a look at this chart analysis here. This is a huge drop during London session. Price could retrace, okay. If 4 hour close is bullish with a top wick, support is formed, and we'll be looking to take buys. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for the same thing too. I mean, if we break above 135, 630, I'm going to be looking to take buys, you know. But if we break below this support, then obviously we're going to continue down towards, this area here, 135, 200, around 20 pips
All
lower.
right.
Hey,
So
Raja,
now we
would
got
you
a little
say
more
sells
information.
if the steadyman candle closes like that to look for wick fill, or would you think that's a more rejection wick? See, when the 30-man and the 1 hour candle is also closing, and I'm looking at this, I'm looking to see, okay, you know what? If the trade was the test of this low, I think it already happened. So I'm not going to be taking a trade in this area now. I'm waiting for price to either break below 135 400 or break above 135
All
630.
right. So now we have cleaner information.
Hey Raja, could you take
So
a
now
look
we
at
got a
this?
definite
I've cut
range.
down my
So we
pairs
either
to
get a break
just
above here to
GJ and
continue up, or we get a break below here
GJ
to
and
continue down.
GJ. I think you should further cut down your pairs from 3 to possibly
Break
just
above
1,
like 630
and
to
stick to
continue
it.
up,
I think
or
that's
break
going to help
below
you
like
out much better.
135
Yeah, cut
400
down
to
to one
continue down.
pair.
Now we have a
One pair,
defined
man. I've always
range.
done things which have made other people successful,
So now we have some information to go off
and
of.
I used to look at Ted. I'm like, man, like, why is this guy
Which
always
technically you could
like
wait
trading
on.
Oh
pairs?
yeah, now we
And
just wait.
he's just trading one pair,
It's either
and
gonna
I was like,
break up
okay, let me just
or
try
it's
that.
gonna
And
break down.
I started to just
So
trade
it's
one.
just
You know, the profitability took a long time when you're trading
favorable
one
setup to see that
ranging.
go up,
You just
that
gotta wait.
retrace a little bit, and then come back down.
Yeah.
Learned that
I
pair
mean,
more.
technically did do it.
Independent
You
time
just
you
didn't
spend
take the whole
with one
10.
pair, faster you're gonna
Yeah.
learn. But if you're spending time with
You just
three
think of the whole
pairs,
thing. Yeah, I was up
then
like
it's
I
just
was up
gonna
quite a
be,
bit.
it's gonna be a very, very long
Five,
learning process
one
because they
to
actually have to learn one
I was
pair.
up like 8 pips or
So
so.
let's take a look at this
8.
euro
Yeah.
JPY. Looking left,
Yeah.
price violently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up like 8 pips or
Sells
so.
price to
But
break back into
I
the
think we
region
managed this
to
trade pretty
levels
good.
that
We
retested
closed at
previously. So you're looking for sells on
when
euro
it came back
JPY.
to entry, and now
Let's
it's
take a
in
look at the
drawdown.
30-minute
Well,
time
it would
frame.
have been in drawdown
Looking
if we
at
would
the
have held
30
it.
minute, we
So
have a resistance
I
form.
think we managed it
We have
pretty
a
good.
support form down over here. This candle's about to close. If we measure this range, this is a 21 pip range. So
What he say about candles printing side by side?
this is the 30-minute chart.
Consolidation.
Oh, that's all he said.
That's what side by
Yeah,
side
okay,
means.
yeah. So if the candle closes bearish, see now, this is the thing, right? I mean, the trend is bullish, so price basically went up to create a high. And now it's coming down. So if I'm looking at this, I'm probably going to look at this and say that, okay, if we created a high, and if we're getting a candle rejecting, like, 124, 100, then maybe there's a possibility that price may continue down to create a support and to down to create a support and to retest the high. So maybe that's something I would want to look for. Someone asked, "Hey Raja, but you trade two pairs?" Yes, I'm consistently profitable, man. I've been trading for 4 years. Trading for 4 years. I mean, there's a level of experience involved. I mean, you can't just come into trading and tell someone, "Hey, like," it just doesn't make any sense. It's like trying to learn to ride a bicycle and someone telling you, "Hey, listen, you need training wheels on first," and then you turn around and say, "Oh yeah, but man, you're riding a bicycle with one tire. How come you don't have training wheels on?" Because then the guy can say, "Well, I've experienced. I can ride a unicycle because I passed that test." Um, my average spread on GJ is between 2.5 and 3.2 pips, and on other pairs such as your USD, it's 1 pips. Would you recommend focusing on pairs with better spreads? Yes. When you have higher spreads, that basically means it's going to cost you more to trade, if your spreads are high. Um, for me, my GJ spreads are like, 1.8, 1.6 pips, so it's pretty good.
Hey,
What up?
so you took this down into
Target is around 135,
uh,
188. Why you not worry about the support around 135, 289? Because I'm expecting volume to push price down to this point over here. That's why. That's going to be fine because if it reacts there, then I could just secure over here. And that's going to be fine because if it reacts there, then I could just secure positions.
you took that trade to get 10 pips.
Yeah, expecting it to continue
Trade center chart here. Let's take a look.
because it's been
This chart.
it's made a huge
This
impulse.
is
So
not
if you
looking
get some type of structure
viable
after
here.
a huge
This
impulse,
center
more
is the support
often than
area
not,
around 136.4.
it'll continue
I
the
entered quite
the
risky,
move.
seeing a possibility. Yeah, see now that buy, I can see that buy was taken when the high was broken of the
So
previous
I was
candle.
expecting this to
And again,
just
that was
test this
not
low
a
over
good
here to get the
trade
10
at all.
pips and then continue
That
down.
was a FOMO trade. I
It's a
think it's
4-hour resistance
I think a better
support.
idea
Yeah,
to
yeah,
wait
yeah, yeah.
for price to
I
create
still
a
expect it
support
to
and
be
then take a buy rather than
it's
taking a
it's
buy on
reacting off of that right now, but
like a
I
lot of
thought it was going
times
to
you want
come
to lose a
earlier
trade
than
when
it
you either
did.
take a buy
So
at the
that's why
top or when
that's
you
why it
try to
didn't work
take
out.
a sell
And
at the bottom.
that just happens sometimes.
Those are going to be times where you're going to always
So
lose.
if you see that, would you
Basically have to wait.
patiently wait for structure to prove itself?
You could wait for the break here. I just expected the break to happen with this volume that's happening right now, like with this time period that we're in. I expected this to get broken right now, but it just didn't happen yet. It just gave a stronger reaction here. So now we're getting the information that we need.
So this
And
is
there's
gonna
going to
be
be times where it does
two
happen, where it
trades
does
in
break and then
5 minutes.
continue
It's approaching
Like
this.
if
and then
that
hit it.
30-minute resistance seemed like a safer move.
Yeah, we'll have an easier chance of
Can you
breaking.
simplify what's a buy stop at the top? What's a buy at the top and sell at the bottom? Yeah, so buy at the top is when you're not waiting for support to form and when you're not waiting for like a resistance to form. Like, price is trending
So now
down
we're getting a move back
like
up.
this, and
See if we get a close
you're
above
trying to sell at the
630.
bottom, and you're trying to sell at the bottom here again. You're not waiting for a retest. You're not waiting for a retest like pullbacks. It's like when price comes down and you try to sell at the bottom, you take a sell over here, but realistically, you should be waiting for, price to create a resistance to take a sell rather than sell at the bottom. So that's what we mean by that. But don't worry, my friend. Soon the database is going to be open for you in 2 weeks, and then we can kind of like move along there. First day here in the Zoom. Awesome. Thank you, thank
EJ
you.
is trying to
Welcome,
straighten
welcome.
back out.
Ooh, look at that. Your JPY. Your JPY. See, when we're talking about like wait for candle to close, this is why we say wait for candles to close because look how it's forming right now. It's rejecting that area to continue bullish. If price broke out from a range, is it buying at the top or selling at the bottom? It depends. If it's breaking out of the range and there's clean traffic to like this, right? If price breaks up and there's clean traffic here to the left-hand side and you're anticipating price to continue moving bullish, then I think then that's a good trade, because you're taking the break out of this range in the anticipation that price will continue moving bullish. But when price is trending down, let's say when price is trending up over here, right here, and you're taking a buy at the top, that's like, okay, well, price can retrace, right? Hey, I am newbie on this channel and I like it very much. Oh, thank you, thank you. We like you as well. I have been noticing that the candle on GJ is very volatile because it's breaking the high and the low of the previous candles. How do you combat this? You can't combat this. You just accept it. Like, if the candles are violent, you just accept it. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess this pair has violent candles, and then you try to like see how you can like take profitable trades on it, and things of that nature. Like you try to see that okay, how you could have caught a certain trade. Um, the amount of times I have to type, hey, now look to see how you could have caught the right trade. It's just amazing. I mean, I type that maybe 10 times in a day. Because normally when you take a loss, normally when people take a loss, what happens is that they look at that loss, they're like, oh man, like look, I took a loss. And when I get a chart of someone saying that, oh hey, I took a loss, next thing I write that, okay, how could you have taken the winning trade? Or what could you have differently to see the correct bias? And then they're like, oh, okay, okay, makes sense, makes sense.
All
So
right, 20
that's something
seconds
that
left.
should be something um, that should come from intuition. That should come from the fact that okay, that's the most logical thing to do. Like if let's say you have a buy over here and you're taking a buy and now price is just ranging, you're in drawdown, you're not sure what's going on. Now looking back, you can say that okay, how could I have taken a
Close
better buy? So
bearish.
when you ask yourself how
Hour
could you
close
have taken a better
bearish.
buy, I think a better buy would be if you wait for a price to break above 135,650. That's it. Just wait for price to break above here. You'll take a buy, but if you want to take a sell, you wait for price to come down to 135, 400, and then you kind of like see what you're going to do at this point. But unless that happens, if you're trading JPY, there's no trade right now. Just you're just basically chilling. Even if you look at your JPY over here, look at the 30-minute candle, right? 30-minute candle is forming a doji. I mean, it's opening and close at the same level. Nothing really happening at this point. We look at the 1 hour. 1 hour also closing with a small body at this point. So yeah, I mean, we're not sure what's going to happen because this candle had a lot of volume. You had this bullish candle closing, small body. Small body means less volume. Hey, Raja, can you? I want help mapping out my charts. Yeah, so send your chart and we will look at it. So, it's basically arranging at this point here. Hey, how has your percentage risk per trade changed as you've grown as a trader? I think my percentage risk as a trader, as I've grown, has become very conservative. I used to risk a lot when I was new, and as I started new things, I started to understand that, okay, you know what, this is going to take time. If I'm going to have $1,000 account, I know for a fact it's going to take time for that $1,000 account to grow. And I think once you get consistent in getting winning trades, what happens is that then naturally your risk goes up. Like a lot of times people ask me that, hey man, like what's the best way to increase risk? And I say it's just based on confidence. It's based on your
So now we got a
ability
little
to
more
see that, okay,
information. This
how many
30-minute
times have you
candle
seen a
here
certain thing
closed,
happen?
created
And
some
if you've seen one
resistance.
thing
The
happen like
next
12
30-minute
times, then
candle
naturally
pushed up,
you
but it
increase
didn't break the
risk.
high of the previous
Like
30.
if you're
It did
trading
break the
10
low
cent
though,
lots,
so that's
naturally you're going to say, okay, you know
indication
what?
of
Instead of trading 10 cent lots,
continued
I may want to drop leave
bearish
15
pressure.
cent lots or
Um,
20 cent
so I
lots.
expect this next one
So
to
that range on GJB
obviously
wave one
break the
candle
low over
also
here.
follows the range or take a
It's still
trade
going to run
or would you
into the
take an
same support
impulse?
level, so we'll see
I have
what
no idea.
happens.
I have no idea if I'm going to take an impulse trade or if I'm going to trade as the candle closes outside of this range. Because currently, no matter, okay, listen, trading is like life, right? Now, we know that in life,
So
as
right
we live
now we
along,
are
we get
in
our jobs and we
this
do things like that,
range.
and we make a lot of plans, right? We make a lot of plans in life. But at the end of the day, life always has its own plan for us. We can make all the plans we want, but at the end of the day, life has its own plan for us. Same thing goes with trading. I mean, right now, I can make a lot of plans that, okay, I'm going to take an impulse entry or I'm going to take a break above or below, like, this and that. I can make all sorts of plans. But at the end of the day, the market is going to have its own plan, like, so like we can plan all we want, but I think we just have to wait to see how price reacts to 135 400 or how price reacts to 135 630 and then go from there, right? So just waiting. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator over here. The Chinese indicator is saying that the pound is weak. Pound is weak. JPY is okay, so it is what it is. We're just waiting here. Okay, what's this? Hey, how do the banks stay ahead of the news and the market and profit from that using previous bearish move on GJ as an example? Many thanks. We don't know that. We don't know how the banks stay ahead of the news. We don't know if the banks cause the news. We don't know if banks, I mean, we just don't know those things, you know. Would you say that the previous 1 hour candle was the same situation that we had on the 30-minute regarding taking sells when there was first bearish candle which formed resistance? Yeah, yeah, it is. It is, but now it's coming down and there's a support over here, so we're basically waiting for, price to break out of this range here. Hey, Raja, in less volatile market, where would you secure trades? Like, for example, 10 pips is hard to reach. How would you secure? I probably wouldn't trade. I would probably would wait for for market to have some sort of volume in it. That's what I would do. Because when there's less volume and the range is less than 10 pips, then there's no point in me taking pair, not market. In a less volatile pair, I wouldn't basically trade that pair. That's it. Because like you have to take into account the spread. If the spread is going to be 1.2 pips, 3 pips, now it's just way too much. I wouldn't really trade that pair. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is price created formed support at strong zone. Price pulled back. Buys if price breaks above the zone. We'll take either buys. Wait for price to form support before taking a buy. Looks good. Looks good. Looking for sales below this area. Yeah, looks good. I mean, zones are on point and just kind of like waiting over here. Ooh, Michael J donated $5 here today this morning. Ever since I started watching your stream, my trading habits have become more measured and reserved. So thank you for sharing your wisdom. Oh, amazing, man. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, shit, we're breaking up over here. What happened? 30-minute candle spiked up. 30-minute candle broke the high of the previous candle. We are breaking up here to continue bullish, or is this just a spike? Oh, no, no, no. I think we're breaking up over here. Yeah, 1 hour candle's also breaking the highs over here now. Now things get really, really, really risky. Because, when price is moving fast, man, people want to get in trades, you want to get in FOMO. And the best thing to do is just not get in FOMO at all. Because we don't know whether it's gonna
Well,
continue
this
up
is
or it's
interesting.
just gonna wick around here. But what we do know is that on the 15-minute time frame, 15 minutes is about to close in 6 minutes. So if it closes above 135, 640, 630, I think there's a very high probability we're gonna continue up to partly correct this move back up to 136. I entered a buy at the close of the second bullish candle and closed with 7 pip drawdown. Look at it. Now I should have waited. Yes, should have waited. Your JPY is also pushing bullish at this point. I think your JPY has a much higher tendency to continue up to this area here. 124, 150, 124, 200.
There goes EJ. EJ's on its way up.
That was horrible to watch, EJ.
Yes, I don't like EJ.
Can you go back to that real quick? Put it on the 15-minute. Yeah. Oh, okay. I would have had to have gotten in.
Beautiful. Perfect.
With the perfect entry for sure.
Yeah,
or sell,
CJ's
I mean, I
difficult,
So
bro.
there's no way I wouldn't have stopped out. That was garbage.
Hmm. That's why I don't look at it. I don't like it.
yeah, like price went up
Consider
and
that one deleted off my fucking list.
I misclicked and reacted on my magic keys. Price went up, got stopped out. Such an unnecessary mistake.
I needed
So I
to
guess
see it
that's
though.
today then. If you got stopped out,
That motherfucker running.
It is.
If I would have got in on the 15-minute entry on the immediate break and left four candles,
it's
left
gonna
right there,
continue towards 120.
and put my stop loss below
For EJ, it's a
Hmm.
bad idea to
the
enter
left
because
and the
he's
left
buying
of that,
hand
I
break
would have been
without
safe.
support form. I
And
think
that's only 10 pips, so
I think a really
Yeah.
good buy would have
but
been
it took
136.
too long.
Oh yeah, this you would have
I
been
mean,
all
this
kinds
was
of
an
stressed out.
impulse trade because we were
Exactly.
breaking above this resistance. We've already created these liquidity wicks down over here. So I think a better buy would have been once we were breaking the highs for price to continue on towards 124, 200.
Oh, here it goes. Now we're getting some volume.
GPGPY is also going to continue moving up over here. Yeah, it's going to continue moving up now. We're going back to 136.
And that one, I just, just missed out on that one. I'm not even stressing out about that.
Not me either. There's you really couldn't have caught this one. There was no way to really catch this one.
Mhm. Literally, no way. This is like a
Mm.
5-minute candle. Right?
Did you catch it? Yes. I got in. He was trying to come up at the close of 885, 899, 889. There were no confirmations. This was just based on experience, I would say. There was no confirmation. The only confirmation I had is just like that gut feeling you have at times. When you've seen something happen a lot of times, you develop a gut feeling, and oh wow, there we go. We're touching 136 here. I haven't posted any charts in a while, but I took a USD CHF sell. I'm currently in. Hope it looks good to you. Let's take a look here. This is multiple levels in the range. 1930. Yeah, looks good. I think this was the same trade on GJ right here when it was coming down at this point. There's the same trade on GJ. People are slowly getting mad that I didn't tell them I took a trade. Well, sucks to be you then. Right. Oh wow. It's retracing all the way here. No, no,
What's
no, no.
happening right now?
Your JPY also moved up
I
a
don't know
little
what's
bit.
happening.
Gold is also touching.
News came on, some no news.
Gold's trying to break up.
136, 100.
Hmm.
Can you explain your entry? Okay, I'm going to explain this entry the best way possible. When this candle started, so price started breaking above in the first 5 minutes of the 1 hour candle. So if we look on the 30-minute, we broke the high, came down, couldn't really break the low when price was bearish. As price was coming up for the second time or for the third time, coming up towards the close of the 15-minute candle, it started to come up, breaking the high over here. I entered the trade. I entered the buy. I kept my stop below the current candle. It was like 15, 16 pip stops, and it was based on intuition. Intuition was like, okay, if we're breaking the high, can't really break the low over here, there are higher chances we're going to come up towards 136. We measured the range before. It was like a 43 pip range, so got like maybe like 15 pips out of it, 16 pips out of it, somewhere over here, and that was about it. But it was all based on intuition. This was all based on seeing this happen before, like a lot of times. So there was no confirmation here. This was all based on experience and intuition. So this was a very risky trade. Um, so Yeah, it was all based on intuition. And I think we're coming up here now further on. Wow, crazy move. See now, when price is moving now, you're looking left. You're looking left to see, okay, this was an area of support here before. And as this candle is coming to a close on the 15 minute, we can see that the candle is closing above 136 over here. Let's take a look at news. I think this was news here. Officials in London are increasingly optimistic. See this Brexit deal. Every time, every time they talk about Brexit, there's a bullish push. Officials in London are increasingly optimistic about Brexit. So they're saying Brexit isn't going to happen. Price moved bullish. Just crazy. How did you manage risk if your impulse trade didn't go in your direction? I would have taken a loss. I would have taken like a $400 loss at that point. But what I want to do say is that don't get disheartened if you missed it, because this was based on experience, right? I've been watching the same pair for the last 3 years every day at this time. So you develop a bit of an experience, you develop a bit of an intuition, so it was just based on that.
Jesus Christ.
The trading simulator impact these
Yeah, it
insights.
seems like it's not
Yes,
playing.
it does. I think if you're working on the simulator, what's going to do is it's really going to enhance your trading experience. It's really going to enhance your ability to read price action faster. But there's also like a really sweet spot, right? Like I'm never going to simulate for more than, let's say, an hour and a half, or like, I mean, the most I simulate is maybe 2 hours in a week, and that's about it. So right now there's no entry, best to wait for support to form. Yes, that is correct. But at the same time, if you look at this, they haven't really made a decision. They're just optimistic about a Brexit deal. They haven't really come out and said, okay, this is what's going to happen. They've just said, oh, you know what, we're optimistic about the Brexit deal. This means that there's no fundamental change happened right now. It's just an announcement. And what I've seen from my past experience is that whenever there are announcements, these announcements they always get corrected. So now I'm not sure whether this move down is going to get corrected by this Brexit news, but I'm just not sure about that. No one is sure. All we can work off of now are levels, and the only level we have now is at 136, and price is breaking above that level, and this is the 15-minute candle forming right above that level over here. So I think a good trade would be as price, if price creates the support for price to continue moving up. But now we have to wait again. There are a number of people saying that this trade was simple. You have to do this, that, this, that. No, this trade was not a simple trade. It was definitely not simple at all. There were no confirmations. Price broke up, came all the way back down in 20 pip drawdown. This was not a simple trade at all. This required extreme skill and required a lot of experience watching the same thing happen.
Well, this was the move for the morning.
Hey, Raja, in that trade, what TP do you use, or you get all the way to 136,300 before closing? No, I closed at around, 15, 16 pips. So my entries were at 135,737, somewhere right over here, and I closed at 135,838. So out of this big chunk, I got like maybe this area here. This is what I got out of this whole big chunk. Holy, look at that, man. Will it will it correct the whole move? Wow, this is nuts. GJ is the kind of pair that's gonna hurt your feelings every week. Once a week, twice a week, you're gonna get your feelings hurt on GJ. So when you're so when you're
So we're just
trading
gonna let this
GJ,
thing
you're
move up
accepting the fact that, okay, you know what, my
and
feelings
see what
could get hurt
happens.
with GJ. I mean, the level
Not
of
gonna miss out.
FOMO I used
We're
to
not
get
gonna
from
get
trading
FOMO.
GJ is just hilarious.
You don't want to enter right
That was
now,
just
and
an
this thing
extreme
freaking
amount of
pull all the
FOMO I
way
used to
back.
get.
Yeah, now I'm waiting on some resistance or something, right?
Yeah,
This is like,
support, resistance. Wait on something. Jesus Christ, this is insane. It was
Hey,
gonna
how do
be
you feel?
violent, but
How do you feel
dang.
when seeing a pair fly after you close positions and realize how much more you could have made if you held? I don't think about that at all. All I think about is that I got a winning trade, and that's about it. If I start thinking about how much money I could have made with the missed move, then that's just FOMO. FOMO doesn't exist in my dictionary anymore. I think Josh said it right. The trade was not a simple one. This requires seeing the thing over and over again. However, it took four positions, close to. Oh, wow. And I have two lots running. Beautiful. Man, amazing. I mean, if there's someone who's holding these buys, man, just crazy. 72, 73 pip move.
EJ corrected all the way back down.
Oh, we got Kavan here raising his hand.
I say all the way. It's like 10 pips. EJ moved 10 pips. Meanwhile, GJ's over here moving 70.
I literally deleted it off my watch list. I didn't even want to see it no more. Garbage.
GJ moved 76 pips in like 15 minutes. Did something happen?
Brexit news. Brexit announcement.
Do you believe that
Oh,
if
okay.
you wasn't streaming, your results will be better or worse? I honestly
Okay.
think
Okay.
that streaming has allowed me to get more disciplined. I honestly think like that because when
Ah,
I'm streaming, I'm also posting my
okay.
results later
Officials
on
in London
Instagram, and I really want to
increasingly
show those
optimistic for
results,
a
right?
Brexit deal. Okay.
And I think with streaming, my discipline has gone through the
That's what
roof.
happened. Very well.
Um, all right, I caught some part of that move. I was waiting for this correction from afternoon. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I missed a trade. Every trade will face it. Nothing happened when you missed a trade. Yeah, that's true. I also missed the sells this morning. You know, when people were in cells, I was actually missing the cell. So that's okay. Things are going to happen over and over again. Hey, my only conflict I'm feeling now is because it was a dumb and unnecessary mistake. Should I step away and accept this loss for the day? Yeah, I mean, if you took a loss and if you only take one trade a day, and if that loss was the percentage that you allocated yourself to lose within the day, then I think, then I think should be stepping away from the day and maybe look to paper trade, a support formed or something like that. But you have to wait at this point.
That might be it for us, bro.
All right, someone's been asking like 10, 20 times, how can we recognize the trend? And I've been ignoring that question because that question should be supported with a chart,
That
you
might
know,
be it for
a
today.
chart. And then,
You didn't take a trade today, did you?
what's your guys' commission on a one
I
lot?
did
Out of
not.
curiosity, I pay $7.
No, I did not. I'm just looking to see what's gonna happen. Something gotta happen, right?
I
Mm-hmm.
use FX, so I don't know what's going on over there, but I pay $7.
Something's gonna happen after all this moving.
$7 to $6.
I'm assuming it'll
I
correct
mean,
in some way, shape, or form.
if you're trading the pound, if you're trading in the pound currency, then it's less, it's £5. Ranges between, like 7 and 6. Hey, Raja, I've heard multiple people say don't take trades that are too obvious. Where do you draw the line between a trade that is too obvious and the one that has a lot of confirmations? I think when a lot of people say don't take trades that are too obvious, those are the trades you should be taking. Because if the majority is going one way, then why follow the majority, right? If we close this candle above 136, do you think it will be good trade to fill the wick? I think that we are coming up towards this resistance, and I also think that we also broke above 136. So I believe that this is a 33 pip range right now where price is in. And I believe that if price is going to continue moving up, it should continue down to create some sort of support to then continue up. So I'll have to wait.
Roger, I would rather buy as if it breaks the high.
Oh, breaks above 136, like fully.
Where you have your top resistant line
Oh,
above up top right here, I
oh,
would
right here.
feel more comfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you know the trend is definitely changed.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I was also thinking that if we break above, like this area, or like let's say, okay, we're moving on towards, New York Open, and New York Open is going to bring in some volume. So maybe if price comes down, creates a support, I think the volume from a New York Open could push it up and then
For sure.
continue. But
Yeah, because it's a lot of bearish candles coming down.
yeah, yeah. So the ideal scenario I would want to see is for price to come down, create a support, and then continue moving bullish.
So you can get rid of these at the
Hey,
bottom.
Raja, how was it okay to take an impulse on a counter trend? Um, it was okay for me because I've seen it happen a lot of times. I've seen it happen at least 20, 30 times. So that's why it was completely okay. I mean, there was no confirmations. This trade had no confirmations at all. There was nothing. There were no candle confirmations. There was no impulse entries. This was only based on experience and intuition. That's it.
So now we got some new
Only based on.
levels to draw.
So that's why, that's
See
why we always
here.
say just focus on one pair and one session,
Get a
and the more
reaction
you
off of
focus on it, the
here.
more you're going to understand its moves. Sometimes when you're with a person and that person has like mood swings, like bipolar habits, and at first you're just confused. You're just like,
That
I don't know,
top zone you just drew is
respecting the trade.
4 hour
Spend with
Yeah,
that
four
person, you
hour,
start to
like a
realize
4 hour
that,
wick.
oh, okay, these certain things
from
cause,
like zoom
bipolar
out.
actions here. So when you're focusing on one pair, the same thing you start to understand, you start to learn,
Oh yeah,
you know. These moves, I
bet.
used to miss these
I've been waiting
moves
on that for a couple of days now.
Mm-hmm. Man, you
2019,
break above here, you
but
got
I've been
clean
watching this
traffic
trade
up
for a long
a
time, and
long
now,
way.
it's just
Yeah.
intuition is working
Yeah,
now,
that'd be nice.
and that takes years. Intuition takes years to learn.
I would like to see some support form before we break out of this area. That'd be nice.
Oh wow, there's no retracement here at all. We're breaking out, correcting the whole move over here. This is just insane.
This is ridiculous. That's a 30-minute candle.
It's non-stop, man.
Yeah.
Not even a single retracement.
Not a single retracement.
102 pips.
100 pips in one 30-minute candle.
Crazy.
This is insane.
You got Brexit for that. Hey, watching you manage risk and close partials to keep losses small is something I have started to implement. Always held losses, which ended up in bigger losses. Now I feel more disciplined to cut losses.
I hated if
I
somebody
think
was
it's
in
pretty awesome.
sales
I
and
mean,
like
when you're
forgot they were
managing
in
losses,
sales.
I think you feel pretty good when you're closing partials and you're really
Say
implementing.
what now?
I said I would hate it if somebody was in sales and forgot they were in sales. Right down over here.
Crazy. Looks like gold here. No retracement.
I mean, yeah, if they had no stop loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they forgot to set a stop loss or something. I hate it for them.
I was talking to my buddy last night.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the music industry. He said he's been his timing. He said I had called him. He didn't hit me back, and he said my bad. My schedule was off because I've been day trading. So he's been day trading stocks
Mm.
down 17,000 this week.
As you do
Mm.
on TradingView, no.
And I
I
said,
was
maybe you should work on your risk management.
and it just use
And then
MT4.
he said,
Yes.
yeah. And he said, I'm about to get it all back. And I said,
How?
Gold,
I think that's called revenge trading.
That is exactly what that's called.
gold testing
And
went out
he was like, yeah, but now I know risk management.
be rejecting to
How?
again on
Said, I'll
15.
pray for you. Just give me a call if you need.
30-minute
what he's
It's
saying is
rejecting
not
this
making
area.
any
I think it's
sense.
also creating this minor
Exactly.
support.
He got
Looking at
a
15 minute,
big
where we have
A
support. I think if
long
price breaks below this area, then you could have a
on
signal.
SBA. And
Now,
he's trying to flip it in the damn stock market.
He got a
look at
what?
this. Big.
A big ass
Because now
loan.
it becomes a fake out.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remove this alone,
And
maybe
he's
look
trying to flip it on the stock market.
if you remove
$70,000 loan.
up,
He's
move
gonna
to here,
lose
so
every
it's a
penny.
fake out, and
He
now
already
there's a high
lost
price to
70,000 this
continue
week.
down, and if you break below this area, then move further
I
bearish.
told him to
Shit.
just, if you lose another 1,000, give me a call. And I told him about this stuff over here. So, whoop de whoop.
Yeah, he needs to. Oh man, there's so much. Why? I'm telling you, bro. That's all people know is the stock market. That's it. That is it.
It's very antiquated, you know?
Are you looking for
Yeah.
a buy on GJ soon?
It's
As
like the stock market is like the
I'll look
radio,
on
in
a
my
support
opinion.
Yeah,
too.
and this is like
Hey, Raja Banks, done
serious,
for the day. Good luck. Good
At
luck.
least.
at least. This is probably like Apple Music.
Holy, this daily candle flipped all the way bullish. It didn't break the low of the previous daily candle, just flipped all the way bullish. 4 hour candle also rejected that support, went straight bullish. 1 hour candle also straight went bullish. 30-minute candle also straight went bullish. I think if there's a support formed in this area, I think I'm going to be looking for buys for price to continue moving beyond 136. Hey, after 3 months live stream, this is my first chart. I hope you will see it. Thanks. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, wow, okay. After 230-minute candle, I was like, okay, price creates support, ready to push up. Second bullish candle, I opened a buy position right over here. When price coming down to focus my risk, I close 50%, I close everything. So can you tell me where did I make a mistake? You made a mistake that price was bearish. Price came up, it was resistance. So there was a high probability for price to continue down to take this out. So you had the wrong trade initially. Man, oh man, I have no idea what's going on with GJ. I have no clue at all. This is moving beyond 136, 600. I have no idea. I mean, if someone caught this trade and held it all the way up over here, beautiful. But at this point, I'm just done. I'm just like, how much can this pair move, man? Like, look at this. This one daily candle moved a
Need
hundred
some support.
pips bearish, and then it moved
Right.
back up pips. So I think that's a lot of volume for one daily candle, man, to move down 100 pips and to move up 100 pips. That's just crazy. Gold is also coming up over here. Some really next level stuff happening here, guys. Wow, look at that. Your JPY is also coming back up here. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on at this point. I mean, it's just very confusing at this point. It's also the start of the monthly candles, so
There
I don't know
goes
if this
gold.
is the monthly shenanigans or what's going on, but the monthly candle is rejecting to continue go. Maybe the monthly candle is coming up because what we were looking at was this right over here, right? The monthly needs to reject 135 to continue moving bullish because what's going on the monthly is that we created a minor resistance, we had a support forming here, this candle tried breaking up but came back down. Then you had this bullish candle break above. This was the July candle here, right? This was July candle, August candle. This is September candle. September candle went all the way below this area and came back up. So maybe we're doing a retest at this point to continue back up. And if you look on the weekly, weekly makes much more sense as well. Let me pull up the weekly candle here for you guys. So let's take a look on the weekly over here. No, yeah, weekly, right? So weekly is kind of like creating this support for the next weekly to continue going up. So I think if the weekly candle creates a wick, I think the next weekly candle can continue moving up. That's what I think.
We got higher highs also on the weekly.
Yeah, exactly. We got higher highs
Higher
too.
lows, sorry. Also.
Yeah, I know it makes sense, man. It makes 100% sense. But look at this daily. Daily is just breaking above 136,600. Wow. Carlos, what do you do in
Uh,
this case, man?
you wait for support to form. Now you take buys. These are the perfect setups.
Looks like price is coming into Kevon's territory over here.
But we got like an area just above. If you look at the hourly, we got another area around 136.85.
136.85. Oh, right here, right? Yeah, there we go. Right over here. You are correct, my friend.
Thank you.
See, this is why we do the streams. If I didn't do the streams, I would have never known that 136.85 was a level over here. Go. Bring it all the way up over here. Bring it up here. Okay, perfect, right? So we got a
This
level
is
right over here,
insane.
136.85. So now when we look at price from a technical perspective, it's like we had a resistance here, and obviously price is just pumping through that resistance. I mean, I think a, I think a better idea would be to have a retest over here and then continue going up. But GJ, can you just, just come down and create a support, please, and then we can take a buy. But if yeah, I don't even know, man. Just gotta wait. Imagine I held my buys from all the way down there, like eight, like from all the way right over here. Wow, would have been crazy, crazy profits here today. Instead of making 600, would have made like 4,000. It is what it is. Take a look at gold. Gold is also pumping bullish. Come over here. Looks like your JPY is also pumping bullish, coming up towards 124,200. Man, just
Jesus Christ.
nuts. Like, what's happening? Are there more news coming on? No, nothing. Wow, just crazy. Would have been one, yeah, would have been 1 million. What is the psychology behind this news correction? This is a fundamental movement right over here. This is a fundamental move right over here. So yeah, there's no, I mean, if you want to go down to the 5 minutes, go over here. Maybe this was a confirmation on the 5 minute, but at the same time, you would expect a retracement since we moved up this much. But it's GJ, so GJ sometimes continues moving. Wow, man, this is almost like 40 pips over here on the 5 minute. Hey, I'm done for the week. Straight four wins. Raja, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Carlo, too bad we couldn't see you in London, but but you're getting good days, so that's pretty good. Man, Carlo, your face reminds me of my friend. His name is Javier. If someone knows Javier, can you please tell me that his face reminds us of Javier?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bit
like the
thinner, but yeah, he looks like.
yeah, thinner with the beard, same man. It's just so much. Yeah,
Oh, that's Javier, all right. He just changed his name.
yeah,
He lost like 10 kilos more or less.
yeah. Javier used to be one of our friends here, and then he left. He he left and joined the Gulag, basically.
But he disappeared, right?
Yeah, he disappeared.
He's not in the on IG anymore.
No, no, he's not in IG. He made a lot of people mad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one day he told he abandoned his group for about 3 weeks, right? He abandoned his group for 3 weeks, and then I asked him, "Hey, man, like, what happened? Like, I was managing a group. Like, what the hell happened to you?" He's like, "Oh, I got a heart surgery." I'm like, "Oh, you got heart surgery?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Oh shit. Okay, hope you're good." And then 2 days later, this guy is on a boat with no shirt on, and there's no scar. And I'm like, "Bro, I thought you had heart surgery. Where's the scar?" He's like, "Oh, it was a laser heart surgery. There's no scar." I'm like, I'm like, listen, listen, you're in Colombia. I'm pretty sure in Colombia they don't have laser heart surgeries, bro.
No, the surgeon went up his arsehole.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. It was like those hilarious moments. I'm like, man, if you're gonna lie, at least make it a good one, you know? Like,
Yeah, maybe someone died in his family or something, you know.
yeah, like,
But he made a lot of women very happy,
yep,
apparently.
apparently. Allegedly. But why do you think it should correct? That was a bad or incorrect movement of the price. I don't know. It just corrected the move. I mean, there's nothing we can think. I mean, it just corrected the move. I think a lot of people they really get lost in finding a reason why something is happening. And when they're in that mission to find a reason why something is happening, they miss out on something they should be trading. So I'm just gonna wait for today for price to maybe create a support over here to take a buy to continue moving up.
Yeah, can do nothing but watch that, buddy.
Yes, sir. 100%. Like this is I I just don't know.
Love it though. He
Had
said every time.
zero words for this one.
He said every time Brexit gets mentioned, there's a
Yeah,
bullish.
there's a huge push. Yep. I've seen that as well. I've seen that throughout this year.
Five 526. Oh, that's too long ago. Very nice, man. Beautiful. Would you say would you say would you say you were more aggressive on the charts the last weeks? Mm, yes, I would say I'm being a lot more aggressive this month. I think I'm going to be a lot more aggressive till November as well. Because Vantage FX is leaving. I kind of want to hit them hard, you know? I kind of want to hit them hard before they leave. I kind of want to have them remember that, oh, there were these crazy retards from Ontario, and they kept hitting us hard. IC Markets left. I remember, man, IC Markets left after we made a lot of money on IC Markets. Days where price was moving. It was, there were Brexit moves happening there, and we were dropping like 5 lots, 10 lots on Brexit moves and making a killing. So when IC Markets decided to leave, we thought that maybe IC Markets was booking Ontario, and there was a group of people in Ontario that were really hitting
All right,
IC
let's see if
Markets
we can
hard.
finally get
And I
some
think that's
support here.
why they
Jesus
left. Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, they left before we got removed from Canada.
Candles closing in
So that's the same thing again. Aren't you afraid
30
that maybe they won't pay
seconds.
you out? I think they will. I mean, I hope.
It's insanity.
Perfect. We got 15 minutes left for this candle to close. We got 15 minutes left for the 30-minute candle to close here as well. The 1 hour candle is also going to come. Probably we're going to some sort of a retracement. Hopefully, we get a retracement to form a support so that we can take a buy moving up towards 136.850. I think that's a pretty good idea, but it seems like it's creating that market structure to go towards 136.85. And if that happens, then it is what it is. It is what it is.
When GJ does this, it does not retrace.
Yeah, it doesn't retrace, and this is what
Good.
a lot of times during these impulse moves, well, during these huge moves, you can just get in on breaks of highs and stuff like that because it just won't come back.
If someone hasn't seen Brexit moves before, welcome to Brexit. These are Brexit moves, man. You see this happening. Like all throughout 2018 and 2019, we would see these moves happen almost like once a week, and we'd always miss them. And then there came a time when we started taking them.
I remember they used to be like a 15-minute candle.
When they used to be like a 15-minute candle used to be like 40 pips.
Oh, we used to try to time it.
Yeah. Used to try to time it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40 pips in a 15-minute candle.
Just insane.
Just insane. Chart here. Ooh, this was Carlos trade over here. 5-minute close, 30-minute, entered once we broke the high, going for 10 pips. Oh, beautiful.
I'm pretty confident that we'll get a retest.
That we will get a retest. Reason being, we have had a strong push up.
Pardon.
Markets get sort of exhausting after big moves. Yeah, that's something I'm looking for too. You're right. Like we've had a pretty big move, and market's going to get exhausted. That kind of support formed, and then possibly take a buy to continue to retest. Above this area, then I don't know what's going on. I'm probably going to. Oh wow, gold continued on to 1900 over here. Your JPY didn't really go up, but wow, crazy. Look at that.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I made a lyric video yesterday.
Oh, what?
These are the
A
Brexit.
lyric video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm good to keep losses small and disciplined, but I'm terrible at entry. Hope the database.
Say that last part again.
Yes.
Just text it to you.
Show an example and explain what
I ain't
is
got it yet.
and what constitutes.
It's still sitting.
Oh, bet.
So, liquidity grab is an idea. I would say it's an idea because let's say you have a high being created at 136.850, right? So, and then if you're anticipating price to form a support and to continue moving up, any move coming down, you will constitute that as a liquidity grab. Because if your idea is that we should create a support at this point and continue up, so any move down, you will constitute as a liquidity grab. So then you anticipate it continuing bullish. If you're in a trade and your MT5 freezes and you can't manage your trade, if price hits a stop loss, would you just accept it or report it to the... I would report it to the broker. I would actually call them as well. I would call them and I would tell them what's going on. Missed out on potential profits, basically. Gold Brexit 2. I think gold has its own irregular movement. Like gold is pretty volatile. I mean, gold had its own regular movement here. Let's take a look at G. Oh wow, GU also moved with the same market structure here. 30-minute candle was creating a support, it was creating a resistance.
You made this one yourself, or you got somebody to make this for you?
No, I made it.
Oh shit! You filmed it and everything?
No.
No.
I wish.
I thought you filmed it and everything.
I could say yes. Does that? Yeah, I filmed it.
Are you top 5? Shit.
That makes it better.
Top 5.
Yeah, man. Oh, I filmed that bitch. Rented a red camera, went out to the desert, hired 2 models for $550 a day. You know, standard rate, 12 hours, $550.
Sheesh.
Yeah. There you go. And this is what I came up with.
Do you think Brexit will continue next year?
To be honest, Brexit started in June 2016, July 2016 actually. So it's been continuing on for 4 years. So us thinking that will it continue on to next year? For sure, man. I think Brexit can continue to 2030. So right now we're reacting to this level. I think a good idea would be for it to come down and create support. That's going to be the perfect idea here.
Will you ever make magic keys for Mac?
For Mac. यार अर्श तो की बंदा है यार.
For me?
No.
Yeah, for you, man.
Come
For
on.
Macintosh.
All right, let's go to magickeys.trade.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arch, we go to magickeys.trade
Really like it.
and then
That's what's
buy
up.
over here. And then we go to hold on.
Whoever the girl is, she's bad as hell too.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Both of them.
It's for Mac
F.
and it's for Mac and Windows.
Go to freaking
Both.
expressions.
No. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have it placed on the top. Magic Keys is compatible Metroid 4.
Stunning images, right?
On PC
Some
and
stunning
Mac.
images.
Yes, they really are. The
So we're gonna have
videographer was on point.
It was lit. And then not a focus. Had to
No,
be
we
a fun.
can't kick my homie, man. We're friends.
Wind blowing nicely.
Mm-hmm.
High impact news on USD pairs incoming.
Oh,
Yes,
that's what I
think
made
we'll be
for
strong here. So
the movie. In case people hear it and want to go hear the song,
chart.
they'll be able to find this.
Oh, nice.
I hope. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah. That's the plan. Right.
This thing is still bullet. See, when things like these are happening, I'm basically just.
So now I'm about to. I honestly didn't think I was trading this morning. So I got up to start trying to break this video up into smaller pieces of content to try and get people to go watch it on my other platforms. There's a content model that Gary Vaynerchuk created that he does for his keynote speeches and all his long form content. I don't know if it applies to songs, but I don't see why it wouldn't. I just have never seen anybody do it. And I'm trying to tackle that task this morning.
Gotcha.
If I could get a system down, I'll be able to put out regular content. You know what I'm saying? I just got to get the first one done, so I have created a blueprint for myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders are looking big. Oh, yeah, Gartic.
I couldn't tell you how many things I overcome on a daily basis.
Traps.
That required me to push past something I've never done before.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's like my habit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
Broke some records
my
yesterday.
habit is growth. Fortunately, it's a great habit to have.
It's a yeah, it's a great habit to have.
Two, oh man, don't worry. Jim's gonna get closed again here pretty soon. You
Uh,
know,
if I
I keep
if I could,
talking about this, but every time you look at the news now, every time you look at the news, all they're
get there,
talking about
Mm-hmm.
numbers.
I get to a little bit more freedom financially.
Even in Pakistan, man, even Pakistan news
Let the tension leave my body. You know what I'm saying? That could be
But
heat
and this is just disaster, man.
ugh,
and apply my growth mindset to a free spirit,
I mean,
and I'll be able to really
Rakil doesn't train legs, but Raja Banks trains legs.
um,
Raja Banks does everything better than Rakil.
excited,
Raja Banks is wicked.
excited. I like this video though,
I do like it.
What
and I don't
happens?
think anyone would have created a video that looked like this for me. I had
Hey,
to create that
the
out of my creativity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
possibility. I know news is corrected, but what generally happens when news is corrected by news? What does the experience know about this? Well,
and
from my experience, whenever I see, so let's suppose that we didn't have this move, right? Let's suppose we only had this Brexit news, and we had this Brexit news. I would be looking at the news, and I'd be looking at that. Okay, what kind of a Brexit news was this? So if I'm looking at this over here, this says that officials in London are increasingly optimistic for a Brexit deal. This means that they are positive that the Brexit deal is going to come through, but a decision hasn't been made yet. That's what that basically means. So whenever there's a fundamental move like this, so this was basically a shock to the market, this move up. And if there was no fundamental change made, there's a very high probability we can correct this move, but we've corrected this move down with this move up as well. So we're not sure what's going to happen. The only thing I mean, anticipate is for price to maybe come down, create a support to continue back up. That's the only thing I can anticipate. I heard back home in India, they're fake diagnosing people with the C word and taking their organs. Yes, that's happening as well. सर आज आपने धोखा दे दिया. Yes.
hey, so you
आज
gotta get an hourly close.
You need
प्राइस तो निकल
some
गई भाई इन्फॉर्म किए बगैर.
you need some kind of support. Not- I don't know where it's gonna come
प्राइस
from,
ने
but
बोला भैंचो डंडा दो इनको सीधा
it's it's
सीधा. Look, big डंडा
it's
going.
hard to say. It's really hard to say. I would like support around like 600, 136, 600, just because that was
Yeah.
the 4 hour,
Okay,
the 4 hour level.
let's take a look over here.
I would like support around there. That'd be great. But you just need something to tell you.
Why yesterday
You
news
just
were
need
positive for
a
USD
few
but
more
was weak
candles to
now?
close.
I think the reason why the news was positive yesterday and price on
Not exactly sure what we
the
need
dollar went
until we
down,
get some more
gold
candles
went up,
closing.
is because we have NFP. NFP is this week. So people who don't know about NFP, NFP is one of the biggest economic movers for the US dollar here. So if you look over here, they're looking at bad numbers here for NFP. See, they're looking at 900,000 down from 1.3 million. So we're not sure what's going to happen because first of all, we have unemployment coming up over here. They're looking at good numbers for unemployment. Yesterday we had ADP. ADP, they had really, really good numbers. So what ADP is basically, ADP is a employment. I mean, ADP is a company in North America that handles majority of the payrolls for all companies in North America. Majority payrolls. So the government says, okay, Mr. ADP, give us your data on how much employment change you've seen, on average. So they give that data out. So they said, okay, you know what? There's been very good data here. But on NFP, they're looking at bad data. Now, what I'm thinking is, what I'm thinking is that since we have elections coming on in November. What if, what if this number comes out to be really, really good? You know, they're expecting bad numbers. What if this comes out really, really, really good?
Hey, we need a podcast too.
Look back, right? Let's look back towards 2016.
Yeah,
So if we look back to
been thinking about that
2016
too.
and go
Turn it
towards
into a
October
podcast.
numbers here. for NFP. This is I'm looking at when Trump was
I gotta figure out when I would
coming in,
record
right?
one of those,
So
probably on
when
the weekend.
Obama was leaving, we had pretty bad numbers for NFP, and then Trump is here now, so I think Trump is going to have pretty good numbers. I'm a big Trump supporter, by the way. So, and yesterday someone started fighting with me on Instagram. They're like, they're like, you don't even live in the U.S. and how come you're supporting Trump? You know, pretty hilarious. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of waiting here now. Gold is rejecting that area as well after creating a high at 1900, kind of like retracing. Yeah, you know what? I would want to see a support formed for price to continue moving up. Hey, Raja, GJ did the same move at 17th September. That is 2 weeks ago today. Last time at 10 a.m. it went down, went up again, then down again. Can we use this info in any way? Yeah. So, like we can anticipate, right? If price comes down, creates a support, we can anticipate price is going to continue going back up. So that's the first step that we're going to look at. So let's see if that happens. Why do you support Trump? Just curious. Okay. You know, you know what? I support a good hustle, you know. I support when people work hard. I think Trump worked really, really, really hard because, like Trump was a guy who got handed his dad's empire. He says he got like $1 million in this and that. But like we have a lot of people who have that money. We have a lot of people who have a lot of social influence too, right? So I mean, as much as people can hate Trump, I think we can take a few things from Trump. Like we can be inspired with Trump, like not being inspired by his movements on like racism and stuff like that, but like just the way how he climbed the ladders to become the president of the country. Like I mean, the guy is the president of one of the strongest countries in the world, like the USA. So I think when I look at him from that perspective, I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed how all that happened. Like that's just I think that's very impressive. He has not only lifted himself up, but he has also lifted everyone around him up as well. Like his whole family is set. Like when his dad handed him the empire, some people either burn it down or some people like they make something big out of it, and that's what he did. Like his whole family is set for life. So as much as people can say, hey, like Trump is this and that, I agree with that. But when it comes towards looking after his own people, I think he's done a really, really good job at it. This is not political, man. This is just my opinion on how I think we should look at him as an inspiration. Oh wow, looks like I've really made people mad in the gulag. People who don't support Trump, they're just going off, man. Hey, listen, it's not I I don't even care about Trump, man. I live in Canada. I'm not even in the USA. I'm in Canada. I can't even vote, so relax. Um, all right. Are you guys gonna do a Magic Key giveaway, some Christmas presents? I think we could probably plan that out. Yeah, I think we can plan that out.
Oh, we're gonna be waiting a while. Not seeing much of anything happening.
No. No.
To wait for things to calm down.
You gotta work.
Yeah.
Political talk going on. You know what I think? I think I think Hillary Clinton, I think Joe Biden, I think Mitt Romney, and I think what's the other
If we get
guy?
some support from it around 600,
This Joe Biden.
I'm gonna look to take a buy back up to
Trump called this.
the high at
Trump
like
called Sleepy
860 or
Joe.
so.
Sleepy Joe, that's Joe Biden.
Joe.
No, Joe Biden.
Other than
Oh,
that,
Bernie Sanders. Bernie
Bernie,
Sanders.
oh,
shit,
Bernie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really see
I
nothing.
think all people are in the
I say if we
same
get some
group,
support forming around
you
like
know?
600,
They're in
The
the
gulag.
same group. So once
um,
everyone got kicked off,
I'll take
they all
I'll
said,
take a
"Okay,
buy
hey,
back up.
hey, Joe, it's your
We gotta
turn.
get
Joe,
support for
now
him down there first,
Joe,
though.
go." You know, and now Joe came forward.
We'll see what
Joe
happens.
Biden. It's
Wake
crazy.
up.
Man, people are getting.
Wake up. There you go.
Guy said Obama killed 3,000 troops. No, Bush killed 3,000 troops. Let's get that right. Obama didn't start the war. Bush started the war. Get your facts right.
You mad, ain't
So what?
he? Yeah, he mad. I can hear him. That's great.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for
Who's mad?
Like, I hear Buddy through your screen, and he was like, get it right. Obama didn't kill 3,000. Bush
for
killed.
man, that was fucking down, man. Crazy stuff.
Irene, what's up with your mic today?
Well, I'm driving now, so I'm with my AirPods. That's why.
Oh, you on the Android?
No, I'm in my AirPods. I don't trust Android phone.
All right, so we're basically coming down over here. I think creating a support would be pretty amazing.
I probably took those cells off the 15-minute knowing him.
Yeah, man, probably like sell.
No,
Are you
Market
sure?
selling. Trust.
I,
100%.
I'm done. Done for the day.
You said that around 3:30 a.m.
I did.
Yeah, you was in Jivan Zoom.
Oh, that was yesterday.
No, this morning, man. Yesterday. Are you sleepy, Joe?
Because I slept, that makes it yesterday.
Oh, okay. I got it now.
Hey, Raja, will David Cameron affect NFP tomorrow? Most likely, yes. We shall see what happens. Man, Dave Cameron has nothing to do with the NFP anyway. Dave Cameron. Yeah, Dave Cameron is in the UK. He's not gonna. All right, all right. Price is coming back down to this level of rejection. We want to see some sort of support form for price to continue going up. But if we get a move coming straight down, it is what it is. This candle does not respect the 600,
You
which
looking at this?
Hmm?
You looking at this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
we'll
coming
see
down.
how this candle closes.
What's Roger talking about?
Hmm?
What's Roger talking about?
NFP tomorrow, yes.
Same thing I'm looking at.
I think it's going to be a very, very good stream. So y'all know facts. Start reading books and stop listening to news. I think America is a one big at any time of the year you look at America, you look at a spring break. So y'all know facts. Start reading books and stop listening to news. There's always something happening, man. You had the virus, and then you had those killer bees come in California, and then you had the hurricane season come in. Like, holy, every month there's something happening. You got the wildfires, man. You got everything in America. UFO sightings only happen in America. Only Americans go to the moon.
What's this look like to you?
We're getting some reactions off of the 600 level, like I was looking for. So we'll see how this these few candles close. Get some 15 closes, some 30 closes. See what happens.
It should make its way all the way back down, though, huh? To 136 at least.
Maybe. I'd rather just a support for him here and then push up. But yeah, if it does go back all the way down, that's cool too.
No, I'm at 36.6 for sure.
Oh yeah, 136.6, yeah. For sure. All right, I'm about to be out of here. We'll see what happens at this 600 level, and then if we do get some bullish candles forming, create support here, I'll take a buy to go back up.
All right, how that?
All right, bro.